I've asked you, said slightly off topic, but do you incorporate rent to rent in your portfolio? Absolutely not. So I just think for me, rent to rent is not a strategy that I pursue, and I don't intend to do it for ever because, quite frankly, yes, I can see the appeal to begin with. You get a bit of cash flow and you get some money coming in. You rent somebody else's house, and then you kind of kit it out to do an Airbnb or something, and you charge a bit more money. So you become a bit of a hotelier. I get it, and I think lots of people are making good money on selling these kind of courses to others, which is great. But ultimately, think about it. Tomorrow, I'll give you my property to do a rent to rent for 5 years. This property has gone from, say, 300 grand to 450, 500 grand. And I think, after 5 years, and you're generating, let's say, I don't know, £1,000 a month. I'm not sure how much these things go. So, but let's say you make £1,000 a month. So you make 12 grand a year. 5 years from now, you've got 10 of those. So you're making really good money. You're making, £10,000 a month, if presumably. So if you do that, and then after 5 years, all I come to you and say, I want all property. I want all my property back, and I'll just take it all away. So all of a sudden, you go from £10,000 a month to nothing. So this is why I think it's misguided. I think to stick onto a rent to rent, let alone the amount of effort and hard work that you've got to take on, the regulations that's coming through now, and also they're talking about Airbnb being regulated in itself. So that will really kill off this golden goose. My strategy is always about buying the asset, holding the asset, and basically maximizing the output of that asset, and so that means I get capital appreciation growth as well as rental growth as well as passive income over the month. With rent to rent, you just get the passive. Well, it's not even passive; it's a frigging full-time job, and you're at the mercy of the landlord, the reviewer, the tenant, so the holiday maker, and half the year you're probably, depending on where you are in the country, you're probably not making that much rent or occupancy. So too much hassle, not enough money. You don't end up building wealth on it because ultimately you're giving the actual asset itself back to the landlord. So I'd suggest possibly, if you need to, go down that route, few years, build up your cash flow and start buying.